Hello, everyone. This is my new podcast show we're trying out today, and it's called Just Two Guys Talk Movies. My co-host for today will be the director of such films as Something to Hold On To and Lucid Dream. Anyway, Jesus, please introduce yourself. Say hi to the listeners.
Well, thank you for that introduction. Pretty sure no one has ever heard of those titles, or I don't think anybody will ever will. But thank you. Yes, my name is Jesus, and I will probably be like the guest anchor, guest host for the rest of the existence of the show.
However short this could be, if everyone hates it. Anyway, so the concept of the show is that me and my co-hosts are going to pick certain news topics that are either popular or, just something we feel like talking about during the week. And we're just going to talk about what our opinions are, and then, that's basically it. And then at the end of the show, after we do our movie news, we will suggest one film that hopefully maybe you'll take interest in and you'll like to watch. So we'll get right into the movie news for today. Is Quentin Tarantino has recently announced that he is going to drop his recent film project of the film he has titled The Hateful Eight. And the reasoning behind it is apparently the script had been leaked by apparently only one of 6 people he had actually shown it to, and basically due to the complete mistrust he has now, that's 6 of the people he trusted most, one of them apparently had leaked his script, and he's just really pissed off about it, and he decided to just drop the project. I did hear though that he apparently still wants to publish the script to make it into like a book, but he has absolutely no plans now for making that movie, and he's just going to move on to the next one. So, Jesus, we'll go ahead and start off with you, and you can go ahead and tell us what you think about this and what's your opinion on the whole matter.
Well, I think it's a shame, honestly, and I feel for him 100%. If indeed this is real, if indeed it's like it's a true story and not like a gimmick or whatever to get people more interested. I highly doubt that he would go that route. But it's just a shame because it's like I don't understand. I mean, this kind of thing happens all the time, but it usually happens, with people that are starting out, and for someone to go ahead and just like do that to him, I think it's honestly just it's just a shame, and I don't know. I mean, I'm saddened and disappointed because I don't know how he said for him it's like it's another screenplay. He has like he said I believe he said like there's 10 more where that came from.
Yeah, that's the same one I heard.
Yeah, so it's not like he's like he has nothing up his sleeve. But I was kind of looking. As always, I always look forward and watching his films, anything, all the new stuff that he has for us. But I think that what I'm more worried about now is obviously like how much longer it will be now for him to come up with a new project, and actually because he said he was going to start production, I think, until next year of 2015, which would mean the movie was obviously not going to come out until like winter of 2016, and that's obviously still pretty long, pretty far away, and with the movies now just forgotten, God knows when we're going to see another Tarantino movie again. I did hear though that he is going to try and focus. I don't know if you heard this, but I was looking it up. I was looking up like other stuff he was wanting to do. Now that he's not going to do this film, and I think he said something. He was interested in doing like a horror film. I don't know if you heard about this, but I also read.
I know he's produced a couple. Like he produced one for Eli Roth.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about him directing one.
Oh yeah, no, just like that might be where he got the interest. Is just like I know he's produced a couple.
That'd be interesting. I mean, not that his movies are not pretty horrific enough already,
Yeah,
but I would like him. I don't think he's going to do Kill Bill 3 because I heard he's.
yeah, I heard that that also he's just because he wanted to drop that just to put all his focus on moving on to other her original projects, including this one in particular, because he's talked about how he's really fallen in love with like the whole spaghetti westerns, and he really wanted to take another shot at doing. Well, I guess I don't know if he's trying to say he didn't really consider Django Unchained to be a western, but I guess he just wanted to do like another like western type film, like more shoot 'em up style, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I liked Django Unchained, but I mean, I'm gonna have to say it wasn't my favorite of his. It's probably like it was probably like my least favorite. But I haven't seen uh, Reservoir Dogs. So I'm not entirely disappointed or stressed or distressed that he's not gonna make it, because I would like for him to try something new,
Uh,
um, but still, I think it's like really shitty what they did to him, whoever it was. I think
yeah,
I read the article that it was like he boiled it down to two actors, and how they each showed their script to their agents, and he believes that it was the agents that gave it to someone
yeah,
else, and
that's
then
what I
that
heard too.
person
But
just
still,
like,
just like that's pretty harsh though. Just like no, only the six, you had six people. One apparently some of the people he found most trusted to show this to, and then it's like a slap in the face. Like he must be feeling like particularly I think what he's taking all this anger out is because he feels like just really betrayed that one of his closest friends let this happen to him.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
I don't know. I
well,
mean, I don't
you're
want to
you're a
name
director.
names, but
Like, if like
I
say
feel like,
like me, if I did this to you, how would you feel? Like, what would you say to me?
yeah, but why would you do that? Like, if you're a close friend, like, would you really do that? Especially, I mean, it's like being in this industry, like, and obviously because he works with people that have been in the industry for a while now, so it's like they know what the rules are, they know how the game is. So I feel like, do you think like they did this on purpose? Like, do you think they did this like to, or was it just complete stupidity, thinking, oh, I trust this person, you know? I actually, I think that what directors should do, like, which is what I want to do with mine. Like, I want to submit mine. I want to submit my screenplay that I'm writing right now to. First, I gotta make sure that it's safe with like if it gets accepted, it's safe with the Writers Guild, because I know like once you submit it there, and and then just so you won't get into like any problems with someone else coming along down the road and saying, oh, I came up with that idea first. You know what I mean? But
Uh,
um anyway, I'm going in tangles. But uh, what I don't know if you know what's his name, Woody Allen.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what he does with his scripts? And that's probably something that Tarantino might want to start doing now after what happened. But what Woody Allen does, when he writes a screenplay, when he's done with it, he calls up the actors that he wants to work with, that he thinks would be good for the parts. And what he does is, I guess he sends someone that's really, really trustworthy. And so far they have, because I haven't heard of any of his screenplays being leaked or whatever. But what they do is that person, they go all the way to that actor's home or wherever they're staying at, and they give it to the actor, and they have an hour to read the script. And
Mm-hmm.
the person will not leave their home. They will be there. They don't have to be in the same room, but they will be there, and they will, after an hour, or I guess they have to make sure they don't have like a photocopy or anything. But they
Yeah.
have an hour to read it, and then he takes it back to Woody, and then they call him and say whether they want to be in the film or not after they read it. he does not give anybody copies. He doesn't give it to anybody else for, I guess, for these reasons. You know, I feel like Tarantino. I mean, I feel for him, but I mean, I I don't see why. I guess he trusted. I guess that just tells you right there. You know, it just doesn't matter if your actors or the people you're working with are all like Academy Award winners or whatever. You never know. I mean, they're still human. You never know what they're gonna do, and it might not be their. Might have. It probably wasn't anybody's fault, but it was just something that they didn't think twice, and I think whoever's working with them is the one that obviously was the dumbass, but in the end it was Tarantino who ended up losing, because I even think he said he was already talking to the Weinstein brothers, you know, and Christoph Waltz, and so they can get involved in it. So when I read it today. Was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday, I heard it just over like I have a bunch of news feeds on my Facebook, and I saw a couple of them. Then today on AMC Movie Talk, they did a whole show about it.
I don't like AMC, but don't put that in the video. Okay. No, I mean it's sad, unfortunate for him, but well, I mean, not much we can do about that. So I think he should just get started on his next project as soon as he can.
Yeah, for me, like I'm bummed out that it's not gonna happen because I love all his films. At the same time, he already did just do Django Unchained, and that for me was a western. So him saying that he wants to do a western film now, like I was like, you already kind of did one, and he's not really known for being a person who likes to repeat anything. All of his stuff is pretty original, so it's like, why don't you go ahead and move on, do something else original, like give something new.
That's the thing too. Like, to be honest with you, like, I mean, I'm sad obviously because I don't care. I want to see whatever movies he makes. But when I heard that he was making another spaghetti western, I was like, really? Like, I kind of want you to try something like a new genre or something.
Yeah, that's what I felt, but this also means though, because of the setback, it's gonna take even long though. We would have had the western, we would have had to wait less, but it's probably gonna send him back, like you said, like another year before we even get him to, start up a different project. Anyway, well, I think we've got ahead and dished out enough on this story out, so we'll go ahead and finish up now with our movie suggestion. Since I want you to go ahead and talk about the movie news first, I'll go ahead and do my suggestion. So I'm going to suggest it's a pretty independent film from 2009. I really don't think like it's picked up by any major studio. I have to look at it again, but it's a movie called Low. It's kind of interesting mix. It's a horror comedy, basically about this guy who falls in love with a girl, and all of a sudden his girlfriend's kidnapped by a group of demons apparently, and now heartbroken that he's lost his girlfriend to bizarre supernatural circumstances, he takes up some kind of demonic book and summons the demon Low to basically get the demon to somehow bring his girlfriend back. It's really neat because there's this twist at the end, and surprisingly good for what looks super low budget. In fact, when you watch it, if you watch it, it kind of looks like it was all done on like a play studio. Like in the theaters, not like in the real like sound studio or anything. It looks like it's all set up on just like a theater stage. The whole movie just looks like it was done there. And the makeup work on the demons that they have in it look like really fantastic again for just a low budget film, and is funny, and also like mostly I'd see the demons and like the imagery was kind of what was scary about it, but like the dialogue, and there's a lot of goofy stuff, and there's music in it. There's like dance numbers and singing, but it's a pretty interesting film. So yeah, I totally recommend it. It's on Netflix right now, so you can always just rent it from there. It's probably going to be on Instant Watch soon because that's how I watched it. It's not now, but they usually always recycle those movies ever so often back onto Instant Watch, so I just look for it on there if you can. So yeah. Jesus, you can go now.
What's it called?
Low. Just L-O.
Is that the one with Johnny Depp? No, right?
No, it's no known actors. I should probably have mentioned who's in it. Yeah, I'll bring it up real quick for you guys. You go ahead and talk about yours while I actually look at the names.
Well, okay, so the one that I chose is a film that I saw a long time ago, but it was really hard. I tried to find, I saw it when video cassette was still around, and when the DVD started coming out, like I guess they hadn't made it yet, and then I found it on Amazon, but it was like $90 because it's an independent film, almost nobody knows about it, but it's really good. It's called Dancer, Texas, Population 81. That's the name. It's pretty cool. It's like about it's the story of four friends living in a very, very small town called Dancer in the state of Texas, and there's only 81 people living there, including them. And the story takes place like on the days after because they all had just graduated from high school, and pretty much the movie takes place like on the day afterwards, or the days coming after they graduate, because pretty much it's these four kids when they were kids, they made a pact saying that once they graduated from high school, they were all going to move to LA, because they wanted something better for their lives. They didn't want to stay like in that town for the rest of their lives. And it was mainly the idea of one guy, but everybody agreed to it. But obviously they grew up, whatever, and when they graduated, all of them in the group started thinking differently, except for like the one guy who still wanted to go to LA. Like, so like you would see like each of their own perspective of to why they didn't or why they did want to leave the town. So it's pretty cool. It's like a very independent film. It almost looks like it could have come out on TV, and it probably did. But it's sad but very melancholic. It takes place. It shows like this old town, like real like American town, and it has like a lot of most of it came out in like 1999, I think, 1999 or 2000. I'm not sure, but it has like three of the cast members that were in Can't Hardly Wait. And another actor that I don't know who he is, but yeah, it's pretty good. I highly recommend it.
All right. Yeah, yeah. So I looked at those names. Definitely, no, I don't think anyone you've ever heard of. But the movie Low, it stars the main two cast members because pretty much the whole movie is almost just the dialogue between the two main characters. The main character Justin, played by Ward Roberts, and then the demon Low is a guy named Jeremiah Burkett, and it was directed by Travis Betts. Like I said, it was an independent film, so like I said, it's a lot of those films it's people you've never heard of. Anyway, so that'll be all for the Just Two Guys Talking Movies, episode 1. And thank all of you who listened for tuning in, and we'll hopefully be back again with another one next week. And signing off, Jesus, like to say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
So long.